Hello everybody, welcome to your Daily Pop. We've got some more gorgeous affirmators. Happy Monday. I'm so excited. We're moving into a beautiful holiday week with Easter coming up, Palm Sunday, wonderful, amazing, peaceful, restful families getting together time. And today, really lucky, I just went outside to put the food out for the animals and it's like 60 and sunny and warm. I'm so excited. I'm going to go film some pops out in the park and down the beach today because it is just too beautiful. So I want to be outside. But let's begin with this gorgeous room at the top. I love this. I recognize that life isn't a competition and there's plenty of room at the top. Phew, what a relief. When I see someone crushing it, I've got no reason to be jealous or worried. Instead, I cheer them on like a face-painted soccer mom and quite possibly use their picture on my very detailed stalker-adjacent vision board. This is so true. Sometimes we forget about the infinite possibilities, the infinite amount of prosperity out there, the infinite amount of success that is allotted to all of us. And we all have a slightly different arrangement on how we do things and how we present ourselves to the world, and we present our gifts and our talents. So what can seem very similar to our gifts to somebody else, especially a very discerning eye in that genre, our works can be that much more connective or special to them. So we never know. Take what I do, for example, tarot. There are hundreds and thousands of tarot readers out there. But I have to say for myself too, I really only connect to maybe 4 or 5 of them that I watch regularly or I get excited. Their work comes up. It could be something in their voice. It could be their vibe, whatever it is, I like their stuff. And I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to too, like they'll start watching somebody for a week or two and then they'll notice certain nuances and then they'll realize it's just not for them or they absolutely love it. That's the thing about high finance, doctors, speakers, authors, writers, all of that. Like we just never know, we just never know when it is just going to put that little kind of like ball in that pinball machine. It's going to get launched. But remember, I always affirm I am successful in all that I do. I put love and care and honor into my work, all of that. We don't need to cut corners. We don't need to race, chase, copy, or any of that. Really be individual because that's what stands out to people. That's what really does it. Like that's some of the things that I've noticed with some tarot readers. There could be some very cookie cutter stuff where I'll see 10 readers and maybe 5 will seem very similar. And that's the thing. Affirm that your work is excellent. Affirm that what you're putting out there is super. This is also, I was watching This Flag Means Death, and it's so funny, but how sometimes people get socially jealous because somebody can seem in, they cut a flare and, they cut a swathe through social groups and they seem to fit in everywhere. Instead of, feeling like, oh, they're so popular and I'm not. Observe some of their techniques and what they do that make them that way. Probably they're excellent listeners. Probably they pay true and authentic compliments to people. They leave room and time. They don't compete. Things of that nature. Because sometimes we forget we're thrown in an environment and we subtly start to adjust to temperaments and attitudes and behaviors in that group. And we don't notice it. Sometimes it's just best to authentically be ourselves, but also create space for everybody. And I feel like that means if there's 4 people in a group, we try to create a 25% space for everybody to express and have success and validate and feel good about them. Now this middle card is everything. This is what I'm excited about and I'm going to do for myself today. I'm breaking out of my routine of how I normally do things in the morning because it's such a beautiful day that I want 90% of the day spent outside. So I'm bringing lots of materials and jewelry and cards and I want to work outside. I want to go to one particular beach and one particular park and listen to music and read my gorgeous book. Oh my gosh, Kay Enley. You guys, if you have not read any of her stuff, she is the bomb. I had not had a time to really tuck in, but I started this and it has everything, you guys. It has pirates, dragons, mermaids, and her thing is embark on a coming age journey that will leave you breathless. Prophecies, all of this stuff, princes, princesses, amazing. Thank you, Kay and Lee, for sending me this book. So it's amazing. I used to spend my weekends just nose deep in a book for 80% of the day. And it was so relaxing and I absolutely loved it. And lately, it's like I've just been so in the digital world, I was like, you better bust out that book and relax, because science has proven that we become more relaxed in our body, in our mind, and everything reading a book than very few other things out there. Even just laying in the sun, we think we're so relaxed. Not so. Our mind is still ticking and trying to problem solve. When we're engaged in a book and that life and that story, you're immersed. You're immersed in those palaces, in those hallowed halls, out on those fjords, whatever it is. So I said, I'm back to the paper books. Just begin rereading this and really pay attention. It's so wonderful. And this is book 1 of the Dragonborn trilogy, so I'm so excited. So you guys, break the routine. If you haven't read a paper book in a while, really immerse yourself. I felt my whole body so relaxed. I wasn't thinking about anything else, no pressure. It was so wonderful. So what are the enemies of creativity? Apathy, right? Boredom, routine, and I suppose fascism, but that's a different conversation. Time to ditch those blah-inducing bedfellows and throw a little spice into your soup. If you paint, try painting in the dark or with a foot, preferably of your own. My one thing where I feel like I paint the best, definitely outside. Just listening to nature, I love it. So if you write, do so in a forest or a field or a bathroom full of nature pics. No matter the medium, you can make your makings make your day. Get your dabble on with different materials, genres, even art forms. How else is their min ever gonna get played? How else is that their min ever gonna get played? I'm not sure what that is. What? But let me give you an example. I will post later on IG what is in the back of my car, and people would be like, oh my God, like, are you going for a week-long vacation to, I don't know, some sports club? I have tennis racket, tennis balls. I have dog squeaky balls, and I don't have a dog. This is just in case I'm in the park and I see a sad dog. I have sand buckets with shovels in case I end up at the beach and I want to make a sand castle. I have watercolors, oils, paint brushes, sponges, sketch pads, books. I usually keep these books in there too. It's so funny. Keep these books in there because they just have lovely herbal magic, moon magic, house magic, a tarot deck, filming equipment, a fun like fold out chair. At times I have all kinds of jewelry making equipment. There is nothing better than making jewelry down the beach. I love it so much. There's all these picnic tables everywhere, so I bring a little cushion, prop up on that, hear the ocean. I get great ideas through seeing, sun, sand, sky, all of that. Break your routine. Really, you guys, if you can move your practices of whatever it is outside, do that. It's amazing. Now let's look for inspiration. I am operated and eyes wide, open-minded, ready to notice any microscopic speck of inspo that wanders my way. When it appears, I follow without hesitation and resist the urge to ask a bunch of questions. It doesn't much matter where we're headed, inspiration and me, as long as we're wandering along together. Pinatas full of poignant moments are sure to follow. Hallelujah. When I don't put any expectation on the day and I simply grab my gear and I head out, usually it'll start with a walk, because then when I'm walking, I'm inspired. Oh, this will be a good idea. This will be a nice thing to do. And gratitude always starts to shower over me when I'm outside. I hear such beautiful things like the bird call, kids laughing in the park. It makes for such a wonderful, inspired day. And that's what I'm hoping for today. And I'm also going to journal so I can remember why I should have gratitude when I go out and I seek inspiration, when I go out and I seek creativity, when I break the routine, when I recognize there is room at the top for everybody. I love when people do little TikToks and little things when they're outside and they're like, hey, look where I am. Look at this place. I'm going to film a little bit when I go in this one nature center. It's the coolest thing, and I call it the Christmas tree cemetery, because the town goes and lines this path with all the Christmas trees that they pick up, and it smells like heaven. I wish I had smell-o-vision because it's amazing. That, and I get really inspired for that too. All the colors, there's russets and golds and greens, and I get really excited for painting and making jewelry with that too. So you guys, I absolutely adore you. Thank you for my viewers over here and your beautiful comments. And whole goal over here is to lift our vibe, get us excited about who we are, what we're doing, and where we're going, and staying curious. And again, using that beautiful inner and outer voice that lets us know that we are deserving of our best possible life, highest vibe people around us. Stay constantly inspired, rest when we need to, drop all of this matrix mentality that we have to push and hustle all the time. Not true. Take time to read a book, go to the beach, walk in a forest, breathe deeply and feel good about who we are. So love and light, you guys.